Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Well, I just lost my job, and I feel like I pay way too much in rent. I don't know really what to do.
Wow. Why did you lose your job?
Being stupid. I slept in a lot.
So you couldn't seem to get to work. You couldn't seem to get to work on time.
Yeah, and I worked 5 feet away from where I slept.
So you work from home?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What were you doing?
I worked in a automotive BDC call center.
Okay. All right. How'd you get that job?
Just applying around. Got found on LinkedIn. They messaged me. I was applying to everything, and I found a job that was a mile up the road from my house. So the office is here, but I didn't have a car for the longest time, so they let me work from home.
Mm-hmm. What were you making?
12 an hour, so about $24,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. Well, the bad news is you lost your job. The good news is you didn't lose much. Pretty much sucked as a job, agreed?
Oh, yeah. I was being berated for $24,000 a year.
Yeah, I mean, you can make $20 an hour at Target. Right? Do you have a car now?
Yes. It's kind of a junker, but it can get me from A to B.
Get you from A to Target. Or Dick's Sporting Goods, or name it. I don't care.
Almost any retailer is paying over $12 an hour.
Making it up right now, and they're all short of help.
What's your rent?
$8.95 a month.
Okay.
You living alone?
Utilities and everything included. Yes.
All right. How old are you?
20. How old am I? 24.
Okay. All right. So you were doing auto loan collections? Is that what you were doing?
No. Service scheduling. So whenever you needed an oil change or had a check engine light on, I was the person you talked to.
So why were you getting berated?
Oh, people, when it comes to their car, if it's not done now, it's a problem.
Huh. Okay. All right.
And these were places in New York and all that.
I got you. It doesn't matter. Yeah, people are jerks everywhere. I understand that. It's not just New York. But all right. So, all right. You lost a crummy job that doesn't pay much. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Okay. But there's some shame on why you lost it, because it was due to a lack of personal energy and diligence. And so you're a little bit ashamed of that. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Because your voice has absolutely no energy in it. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. It can't be because you lost this crummy job. The job sucked. But it could be because you feel bad.
Oh, I definitely feel bad. I mean...
Okay. I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm trying to feed back to you what George and I are hearing on the other end, because we want to love you well and help you get moving. Because I don't want you going in for a job interview sounding like Eeyore. Do you know who Eeyore is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I want a level of enthusiasm. I want you to get caffeinated before you go in. Okay.
Has it been like this your whole adult life, David? Just kind of lack of purpose, no real spark, just kind of going through the motions? Or was there a time where you were lit up, fired up?
I was definitely fired up when I worked. I was in a pretty nice job. I made just barely more than I made at the call center. But I was working for a giant manufacturing company. I don't know if you've heard of them, Link Belt Cranes.
But what do you want to be doing, David? Have you ever taken a moment to think, here's where I want to be 5-10 years from now? Here's the kind of career field I want to be in?
I mean, I'd love automotive repair, but
okay.
I don't know where to start. I can't save money to save my life. I'm down to basically $0.
Yeah. Well, you haven't made any money. That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're making $2,000, your take-home pays $1,500 and your rent's $895. You've not got any margin in this budget. So I don't think you're horrible at money. I just don't think you made any money. So that's why George is poking around on the income side of your equation. Okay. So
another issue is I've been applying for, I mean, I knew it was a terrible job. I've been applying for about 6 months, and nobody seems to want to take me.
Okay, that's probably because of the way you are applying, not because it's a personal thing like David is not worthy, okay? Because honestly, if you get up and brush your teeth and comb your hair and take a bath, and you go down to Target or whoever down the street at the mall and start walking from store to store to store, and ask to speak to the manager and have a little bit of sparkle in your eye, a little spring in your step, and a firm handshake and a smile, you'll get hired by the end of the day, David, at $20 an hour. That stuff is out there. It is everywhere. Okay.
And that might be a temporary
you have to leave the house. You can't sit and apply by computer on LinkedIn. That's just not going to work. Let me give you an example of why, okay? At Ramsey, we have about 1,100 folks at our company here. All right. We took 15,000 job applications last year. We hired about, 700 people, 600 people. No, we didn't hire that many. 400 people. Anyway, nothing out of 15,000, right?
Yeah.
So how did those 400 get out of that stack of 15,000? It wasn't by email, and it wasn't through LinkedIn. They did something that got them in the door. And one of the things they did is what King Coleman calls the proximity principle. So you have to stand up and leave the apartment every day at 8 a.m., dressed and ready for work, smiling, teeth brushed, and hair combed until you get a job in the next 3 days. And in the next 3 days, if you do that, leaving at 8 a.m., go talk to people in the auto repair business. Go talk to people in these big box stores. Go talk to anyone that will talk to you about hiring you, and be nice and kind and show up on time and never be late the rest of your life. Learn that lesson. The bad news is you had to learn it. The good news is you got the rest of your life to not relearn it. So, yeah, get out there and get it done, man. Now, once you get that going, then we need to step up and do what Georgia's talking about and start dreaming about what we want to be. I don't want you to be an auto repair. I want you to own 17 auto repair centers and be worth $8 million 20 years from today. But you got to decide, I'm going to aim at that, and I'm going to go do what it takes and scrap and claw to get that done. And that requires energy and enthusiasm and believing you can do it. Hang on, I'm going to send you a copy of Ken's book, The Proximity Principle, and another one, Find the Work You're Wired to Do, that has an assessment in it that'll help you start dreaming big. But in the meantime, go get some eating money today. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.